Nah, I fucks with Pat.
Yeah.
Look at how he talks to these niggas.
Yeah, yo.
Yo, turn that shit up.
Turn that shit the fuck up right now.
Talking that shit. Let's go.
Yo. When you up and you winning, shit is awesome. Never felt real pain till a nigga lost one. If somebody take from you, what it's gonna cost them? Tired of niggas acting like they really put in work. Hear the boss come, be yourself. It'll do you better in the long run than see yourself staring down the barrel of a long gun. Some rappers never had no street cred, so they bought some.
The chemotherapy that they gave me, we go to the bathroom for a reason. It's because we let out toxin, whatever it is. Instead of me letting it out, it clogged up and it went into my brain.
Wow.
And that's why I started tripping out. Because all the toxin was going into my brain. So my brain started hemorrhaging.
You were in fight or flight mode.
Right.
In that room.
And that they had to emergency
medically induced coma.
Medical inducement. So they put me in a coma. I'm gonna tell you the story of what, my family, the outside world. They medically induced me. They put me in all the machines and everything. And I think after day 2, day 3 of the coma, they came to my family and said, well, listen, man, his lungs are failing, his liver's failing, the hemorrhaging, my brain was hemorrhaging so much that they put, what was it, like something?
To keep the head from going from
exploding?
A compression?
Yeah. And my own doctor was crying to my moms and my family and my wife and everybody. And they were like, listen, man, we don't think he's going to make it through the next maybe day or 2. And it was the most horrible thing for my family.
Was there anybody who had faith?
Huh?
Was there anybody who had faith?
My mother. Everybody, right? Because he was there. He could probably say what was the outside world. But I think that's when it got leaked out that I fell in a coma. The world found out. And I think you guys probably, that's when the world, I heard, the music industry stopped, right? And people started posting.
Yeah, it blew up.
Posting the Batman sign for me to wake up. And the prayers were coming out. Like, I couldn't believe from the highest celebrities ever was posting me up because, I interviewed them or I met them or whatever. And they were just posting me up like shout out to everybody, like even my sis Cardi B. Like Cardi B posted me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like everybody was showing the love and all that stuff. But it was a moment that it was like, that was it. I wasn't going to pull through. I wasn't going to make it.
What was going on
with
you?
With me. So with me, shit, my hairs are going up. So with me, now I believe in a world between life and death. I was in a world that I could still remember to this day. It was a world that I had to make a decision whether I was going to stay or go. When they say you're in a coma and they say talk to the person, they hear you, it is true. I did hear people, but I heard the most important ones, which is probably my wife and my mom, but mostly my mother. And this is the heartbreaking part because in the world that I was in, I saw myself in a chair. Matter of fact, here's the bugged out part, that this chair feels like the chair that I was in.
Wow.
And I was in a chair that I couldn't move. I was just like this. I couldn't move. And I would see my mom, but it wasn't my mother of now. It was my mother of her teenage years. Like I saw her in her old-fashioned hair, glasses, bell bottoms, how my mother was in the 70s. And she was right next to me. My wife, I saw my wife as an older wife. She had gray hair. You know what I'm saying? She was more, you know, you could tell she was more. And I would see nurses here and there. I would see different rooms, but no matter what, I was always in this chair. And I felt like I was naked too. I felt naked. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
And I saw the devil. But the devil wasn't the devil. I always know how it looks. The devil, in wherever I was at, was like a dragon. And it was you know how I knew I was gonna battle the dragon, the devil, was that every time a sound, there was a weird sound would come on, and I would see checkerboard, white and black checkerboard on the ceiling. And the checkerboards would come out, and then you would see the dragon flying above me. It was flying above me.
Was it like a sky or was it like a room?
It was like a room. It was a room.
So the ceiling would turn into checkerboard.
A checkerboard.
And this, what color was it?
It was black and white.
It was black and white.
It was black and white.
Literal
The
dragon.
checkerboard. Literally a checkerboard.
The dragon was what color?
Like gold.
Gold. And it would just...
It was just fly. And the only one that was fighting with me, because I wasn't talking. I wasn't saying anything. I was just stuck in a chair. The only one that was talking was my mom. And one thing that I do know what she said was, she kept telling the dragon, leave my son alone. Take me. Take me. But leave my son alone. Take me. You want me. But then I got to find out that in the real world, my mother was whispering that same thing in my ear.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I don't know how long now, you know, I was in that world, but that's all I saw. That's all I kept seeing. And I knew I was in a place that I didn't want to be in. Was 2 weeks?
2+ weeks.
For some apparent reason, all my friends, everybody, Joe. With Fat Joe, this is what Joe was telling me. Joe told me that he came to the hospital. He was somewhere. He was actually making the record with Cardi B and Unwell, the Yes record. And I remember, I think my mother was telling me, or my wife was saying that they told Joe that I was going to pass away. And that when Joe was doing the record, he thought the worst, and that's when he said on the record, this is for Pretty Lou. But didn't know that I was going to survive and hear it myself.
Right.
And Joe came, saw me, and he said that he told me that he did one of the deepest prayers that he ever did, ever. And that he prayed next to me. And that after he did that prayer and he got up, he went up to my mother and said, yo, he ain't gonna die. Something's telling me he's gonna live. And what happened? My friends, they told me that they all got together, right? You guys got together, they did a prayer. My son was there. That's another thing. Let me say this about my son. My son never left my sight either. My son actually was by my feet even after I woke up. And they did their prayer and they said that I moved, that I jacked a little bit. And people were like, oh shit. The next following day after they did all that, something happened that my liver started getting better. I think the hemorrhaging went down, right? It started going down. And my kidneys started to work. Because that's another reason they said that I might go, because I stopped peeing. I stopped using the bathroom. Yo, I started urinating. They started seeing it. I was like, oh shit. So within maybe 2 days, everything started to work again. Everything started to work. And then finally, in where I was at, the devil came one more time, and all I heard was, I'm gonna leave you alone. You good. Left. Checkerboard left. Everything was different, and then I woke up.
How long were you in that place?
Is it the coma?
No, in that place.
What? It was 2.5 something weeks. The
How
coma.
long did it feel to
No.
you?
Me?
Yeah.
Forever. It felt forever. It felt forever. But when I woke up, I saw my family.
It's all around. Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.